False evidence appearing real. The truth about fear. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to share with you something powerful. Something that touches every single one of us at some point in our lives. Fear. Not the kind of fear that protects us from danger, like the instinct to step back from a moving car, but the kind of fear that holds us back from living the life we dream of. Today, we are going to unravel the meaning behind the phrase, false evidence appearing real. Have you ever noticed how fear often feels bigger than it actually is? It creeps into our minds like a shadow in the night, making small obstacles look like towering mountains. And yet, when we finally face that fear, we often realize the mountain was only a hill, an illusion magnified by our own imagination. That is the magic and the mystery of fear. Most of it is not real. It is simply false evidence appearing real. Let me take you into a story. Imagine a child standing on the edge of a swimming pool. Water sparkling in the sun. Friends are laughing, splashing, calling out, "Jump in, it's fun!" But the child stands frozen, heart pounding. Thoughts race through the child's mind. What if I sink? What if I can't breathe? What if I drown? That's fear whispering in the background. The child hesitates, convinced the water is dangerous. Finally, with trembling legs, the child jumps and within seconds realizes the water is safe, refreshing, and fun. The fear that felt so real was nothing more than a trick of the mind. That's false evidence appearing real. This is what fear does to us. It convinces us not to apply for the dream job because we're not good enough. It tells us not to speak up because people will laugh. It stops us from starting the business, writing the book, traveling the world, or saying, "I love you." Fear is not always about facts. It is about perceptions. Perceptions that feel heavy, but in truth are often empty. Now think about how many dreams never see the light of day because of fear. How many talents remain hidden? How many voices remain silent? How many hearts remain closed? All because of a false story we tell ourselves. That's why this phrase, false evidence appearing real, is so important. It reminds us to question the evidence, to ask ourselves, is this really true? Or is this just fear talking? Fear thrives on what ifs. What if I fail? What if they reject me? What if I look foolish? But what if you succeed? What if they accept you? What if you inspire someone? Those questions are just as real, and yet fear never brings them up. Fear is selective. It chooses the dark side of possibility and hides the light. Let me share another picture. Imagine standing in a dark room, a shape in the corner. It looks like a monster. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your mind screams, danger. You switch on the light and see it's just a chair with a jacket draped over it. That's fear. Darkness hiding the truth. False evidence appearing real. Once the light of courage shines, the monster vanishes. How do we deal with fear? The answer is not to run away. The answer is to walk through it, step by step. Each time you face fear, you prove to yourself that it was never as powerful as it seemed. Fear is like smoke. It looks dense and overwhelming from a distance, but when you walk through it, you realize it has no substance. Think about all the great people we admire. Leaders, innovators, creators, dreamers. Every single one of them felt fear. Nelson Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." Courage is not about being fearless. It's about recognizing the fear, calling it out for what it is, and moving forward anyway. Now, imagine your own life. What fears are holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Fear of the unknown? Picture yourself standing on one side of a bridge, and on the other side lies your dream. Fear stands in the middle, waving its arms, trying to block your way. But remember this, fear cannot stop you unless you let it. It has no power except the power you give it. The bridge is still there. The dream is still waiting. All you have to do is take the first step. Let me tell you, some of the most beautiful moments in life lie just beyond fear. That moment you give the speech even though your voice trembles. That moment you start the journey even though the path isn't clear. That moment you say yes when fear screams no. Those are the moments that shape you, that transform you, that reveal the strength you didn't even know you had. So the next time fear knocks at your door, remember, it's just false evidence appearing real. Ask yourself, where is the proof? What's the worst that can truly happen? And if it does, will I survive? Will I learn? Will I grow? More often than not, the answer is yes. Life is too short to let fear make the decisions. Imagine being at the end of your life, looking back, and realizing you didn't do what you truly wanted because of fear. That is the real tragedy. Not failure, not rejection, but the silence of dreams that never lived. You have a choice to let fear control you or to rise above it. To see fear not as a stop sign, but as a stepping stone. To remind yourself that most of what you fear is nothing more than an illusion, false evidence appearing real. And so I want to leave you with this thought. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signal. It tells you that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, that you are reaching for something bigger, that you are growing. Don't let it hold you back. Let it guide you forward. Because on the other side of fear lies freedom, joy, and the life you've always dreamed of. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message spoke to your heart, if it gave you strength, if it reminded you of the power within you, then I invite you to join me on this journey. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel so you never miss another uplifting message. Together, let's face fear, let's rise above it, and let's create a life that is bigger than our doubts. Until next time, remember, fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. Choose courage, choose growth, and keep moving forward.